Hey, I want to do a quick unboxing. I had a circular saw my dad had given me. I don't know. It was definitely older than me, and it burned up and died. So I'm getting ready to do a project. I don't know if I'm going to video that or not. Um, Basically, I'm getting a 10-foot by 10-foot shed. One of the little arrow ones. It's like the thin, like the Coke can metal shed. Anyways, I need to build a foundation. I have some 4x4s that I need cut up. I have the 20 volt DeWalt that would cut it pretty quick, but I'd rather use a corded saw on that and keep the cordless for stuff that I need really cordless. So if that makes any sense. Anyway, so I went looking around and I looked at Skill, I looked at DeWalt, I looked at Bosch, I looked at Hitachi, looked at Rigid, and so I think for the price and what you get, and this is on the bottom line. This is for your, do-it-yourself or homeowner kind of saw. But I think with all the features you get for this, with the price point of this, I think this was a better bang for the buck. Let me go ahead and go over kind of what you get in the box. So, instruction manual. Don't know if you'd need that or not, but it's there for you. And I'll go over this also. I got this at Lowe's. Obviously, it's Kobalt. It was $89 with tax, $96.57. So, oh, and I'm doing this at night because in the morning is when I'm planning on doing that. I don't really want to take time to do that because it's nighttime and I really can't work. I could if I wanted to, but I don't need to. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but specifications, this says 15 amps. It's 6,200 RPM. The bevel capacity is 0 to 56 degrees. Max cutting depth at 45 is 1 inch and 13/16 of an inch. And then max cutting at 90 degrees, which is going to be most of your cuts, that is 2 3/8 of an inch. And the weight is 10.5 pounds. So, magnesium blade. There is a work light that I'll go over here in just a second. It does have the electronic brake. 7 1/4 inch carbide tip. Magnesium shoe. 12-foot cord. Live wire indicator and a spindle lock. So what's included is there's supposed to be the 7 1/4 inch carbide blade, a blade wrench, and a cutting or an edge guide. Okay, so we'll kind of go over a couple of these things. This is the 15 amp. It does have a little bit higher RPM than some of the other ones. The 6,200 or whatever it said, I think the other ones were 5,500. I have mixed feelings about that. With the higher RPM, you get more momentum, so you may be able to power through some things, but it may lack on torque. So I don't know. Okay, well, one good thing about this, and this says it's 10.5 pounds, but I mean it's pretty light, I guess. I mean, it doesn't really feel like it, but it is the magnesium, so it's supposed to be lighter. Another good thing is the cord is 12 feet long, so that's it's pretty long. We'll go ahead and plug this in real quick. Something that's interesting, it's only a 2-prong instead of 3. But it is a pretty thick gauge cord. Obviously you can see that's the live wire that it's talking about, showing that it has the power going to the saw. And something that's odd is that the light is always on. which is good. I mean, you can really see in such a condition as this, I guess. But a lot of them you have to pull the trigger, I guess, to see the light. But nevertheless, it's plugged in. It's not like your battery's going to run down, so it's not that big a deal. You do have your edge guide. I don't know how often you'd use it or not. But that goes in just like this. And obviously you can run it on the edge and cut that way if you needed to. I don't think I'll ever use this, so what I've done on my other ones is pretty much that. It is the 15 amp. Go ahead and turn it on. And it is supposed to have the electronic brake. So one thing I probably should have done is, anyways, before you plug it in, you should check your blade and make sure it's tight before you turn it on. Just because it's supposed to be tight, but you don't want to take that risk. At least I wouldn't. But yeah, you do have your onboard Allen key, and it just goes inside this, so that's always good. So you can use it right here with your Allen key. If somehow you lose the Allen key, you can use, it looks like, I don't know, probably a 1/2 inch bolt, so you can use it that way. You have your bevel, and that's how you go over to the 56. It's kind of like shifting it, I guess. It's 45 or 56. Something that is odd is that this is open right here. It doesn't feel right. It seems like you need to have your thumb on something, some little whatever. But yeah, it does have a overmolded grip. It's like a real soft, rubbery kind of plastic, and it kind of fills up your hand well quite nicely. You do have your chute that comes out to the side, and let's see, depth gauge right here. There's a little arrow, and that shows you, you're at 1 inch there, you're at 1.5 inch there, whatever. So you got a big, so you can get leverage on there. But yeah, so it's a nice saw. It comes with the carbide blade. It should last, like I said, it should last me quite a while. Well, let's see, here's the specs on the motor. And it does look like it's a China, but it seems like everything's that way these days. Oh yeah, still sporting the dime. Let's see how, now it's obviously, as you can see, it's pretty dark out here. So, as you can see from across your garage or whatever, you can see that you had plugged it in, or it's plugged in, it's live. You can also see that light. So, I drew a line on here. So here it is, pitch black. You gotta, you're almost done with your job. But you can see how well that's lit up. Anywhere along there. So if you needed to make that last cut late at night, you can still make that last cut. Now, how often are you going to use that light cutting that pitch black at night? Probably not very often, but if you're working outside, it gets cloudy or whatever, it'll be able to light up that little area just a little bit better, so you can make sure, have more confidence in your cut, I guess. Make sure you can see what you're seeing. All right, ready? Here you go. It's a pretty nice even cut. Nice chips. So there you go. There's my review of the Kobalt. It's the Kobalt K15CS-06AB. So there you go. Tools in action. They did a review, but that was back in 2012, and pretty much nothing that I can tell has changed, other than they said that they got a big, nice plastic case that it came in, and this one has a well, just a cardboard box. But most likely I'm going to wrap the cord around this and stick it under the toolbox kind of thing, because I'm not going to use it all that often. This does have the blade brake. It's right here on the back. And probably the best way to do that is grab your key, put it in there, and you'll just move this while pushing down on the back, and you'll feel it lock in. But then you can make sure that's tight. Now let's look at the notches right here. You do have all your different notches here. This is where your main 90-degree angle is going to be, and then this one's going to be whenever you're at 45. But something that's weird is that this does have a V, and most of them have like a straight line and then it cut, so you can follow that straight line. This one just has a V, so it's kind of weird. Alright, y'all comment, rate, and thanks for watching. We'll see you later. So here are my plans for the foundation of the shed. This is running 121 inches by 121 inches, basically 10-foot one. I was playing with SketchUp, a friend of mine. I was helping him build like a stage kind of thing or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, it's for his theater room, and he used it, and it was pretty cool. So I decided to use it on this. I am going to stagger these. I'm going to find the center line, which will be let's see, be 4 foot 8 3/4 inches over. I'll snap a line in the center, and then I'll have the outside of this one line up on that, then the outside of this one line up on the center kind of thing, and they'll be staggered. That way I can nail them all in. This is made out of 2x4s. I'm sorry, this is made out of 4x4s, but I have a whole bunch of cuts I had to do. So, and this will it'll still take me at least 2 cuts to cut through a 4x4 completely. Alright, let's go look out there. That might be next on the agenda on the Corvette. Alright, so here's where I'm at with this. It has to be 20 feet away from there to here, and then they say it's supposed to be 5 feet from the neighbors to the back of the shed, but they say that's more of a civil lawsuit thing. Like if she wanted to, she could probably sue me for, I don't know. Anyways, that's what the city codes are. But she's a cool neighbor, so I don't think she'd mind. Okay, so what I am going to do is that this is there's a bit of an angle right here, so that I don't have to raise this end up so much and bury this end so much. I'm just going to move this out. That does get it off of the fence. I made it wide enough to put in just a regular push lawnmower, one pass through the back of it. I made some lines out here. The yellow mark is 121 inches from there. This red line right here, that is the halfway mark, and then the other yellow is right at the edge. And then the red line this way, that is going to be that's going to be the back of where the shed is. So it's going to go from there this way, and I've already marked. I marked that there, and that's where I was getting ready to I marked that there and squared it off. And I was getting ready to go cut it, and the saw that I had burned up. So let's go look at that. Alright, so I have that on because I was trying to fix that old saw that I had, and the trigger was messed up. So you'd pull the trigger and nothing would happen. Well, I fixed the trigger. I took it apart and lubed it up and cleaned it up, and it was working. And then next thing you know, it just started smoking like crazy. So there's smoke all inside here, so we had to air it out. Here's the remnants of the old saw. Like I said, it's an old Black & Decker. But you can see that coil is just toasted. Alright, y'all comment, rate, and thanks for watching. We'll see you later.